Oh, hey, I'm live. Welcome to Macbean Scottish Fitness. We do have down at Proper Nation in the background. We have really good chat going. Even hate to leave it, and hopefully I'll see people from that. So I'm going to have to shut him down. We'll probably mute it. There, I can just mute it. And there I am. Da, da, da. So welcome everybody to the lunchtime / breakfast, well, whatever meal I'm actually making. Chat. Here is my goodies from the garden. So more cucumbers. I even got some sweet corn. I was kind of surprised because I didn't anticipate any of it. Making it. Because I just kind of planted it as an afterthought. Perfect. And wasn't really worried about whether I got anything out of it or not. But I figured I'd pick it a little early before the raccoons get to it. So I got potatoes, I got peppers, cucumbers, tomatoes, jalapenos. And because I think we used up all our eggs, and I didn't buy any more yet, I'm probably just going to have bacon and hot dogs in for my protein, and of course, the Fairlife milk. First thing I do is I'm clean from what I made yesterday. So the way I clean cast iron, I use salt as the abrasive. That's a natural abrasive. And I use olive oil as like kind of get a little moisture going there. All right. And what this does is, what you don't want to use is you don't want to use soap. Soap is bad. Soap is a no-no. And I just take a paper towel, and I fold it and I kind of make it my scrubbing sponge. That's what I do. And the salt is like your sandpaper. And it allows you to scrub the cast iron. And over years, it'll actually make the cast iron smoother. Because like I said, it's like sandpaper. So our Wild Man Survival, how you doing? So I'm cleaning my big frying pan. I had to use it the other day because I had to cook breakfast for not just the missus and I, but the son. And a small frying pan would not be enough. So I scrub it with oil and salt. I gotta take a look here. Randy, how we doing? Cast iron, yep, absolutely. And I think you know a lot about that. Ray, how we doing? Got training all this week. Appreciate the thumbs up, everybody. So once I scrub it with the oil and salt, I rinse it out with hot water. No soap. Soap is evil. Anytime you use soap on cast iron, you take all the seasoning out of the middle. Then you wonder why stuff sticks, why things rust, and all those other bad things. So what I do is I just I do a good rinse. Because if I do leave any olive oil or salt there, well, who cares? It's natural. And then I take it over to the burner to dry it off. So basically, I'm going to get all that moisture out of there so it won't rust. Somebody was saying, well, my cast iron's rusty. And I said, okay, number one, you're probably washing it in dish soap, which you don't want to do. And number two, you're probably not drying it off after you get done washing it. And water on iron is iron oxide. So I'll be declared today a lazy day. So I have to go and be lazy. Nothing wrong with that. It's good to have lazy days. You got to have them. Like I said, thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate it. Thanks for joining in chat. Got any questions? Feel free to put them in there. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be cooking bacon, potatoes, green peppers, jalapenos. I got some corn for the side. And that is going to be my meal to get me moving. Now, I'm not going to use that big frying pan because I'm just cooking for me. Well, I'm not going to need it all. And then I'm going to have to probably take the cooler with me to work because I'm going to need to get some more eggs. So, all right, Randy, you enjoy. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up. Do appreciate that. So let me get out the frying pan that I probably will be using. And it'll be this one. This one's perfect size. So I'll get that to dry out first. And then I'll set that off to the side. I do have a bigger frying pan than that. I think this is a 17-inch one. I do have a 22-inch one. I've used it once. I was cooking a lot of chicken. I got my new water bottle. So now I have a blue glass one. So I bought some mead, and we got done drinking. I said, well, let me have that bottle. This water is better stored in glass than plastic. And then I'll be sitting there and cutting up some cucumbers and putting them in water and vinegar and some dill weed. And then bacon, use the bacon grease afterwards to cook the potatoes and peppers and jalapenos. And then I'm probably going to add some hot dogs to it just because I'm going to need some more meat. So what I do is I make sure that the frying pan dries out completely. I use the burner to do that. And that keeps it from rusting. And then I use the oil and salt to clean it. And that keeps that good surface on there. And that keeps it well seasoned. So I actually, when I was cooking the other day, I didn't really have to worry about anything burning to it. And of course, I'm not cooking at a high heat. We'll be talking about nutrition. So here's the book I got. This is going to be my studying. Staying Healthy with Nutrition by Elson M. Haas, MD. All right, so I'm gonna have equivalent to about 3 college courses time I'm done with this. All right, I have been posting some of the key points on my community page. So first it started out with water. Go figure. Starts with water. Remember, rules of 3. 3 minutes of air, 3 weeks of water, or 3 days of water, 3 weeks of food. After 3 minutes of air runs out, you're in trouble. If you don't have water for 3 days, you're in trouble. You don't have food for 3 weeks, you're in trouble. Lord Eagle, how we doing? Thanks for popping in. Morning, appreciate it. Good to see you pop in. I like that. Remember to hit the thumbs up, help my Augie rhythm. Like, share, and all that other good stuff. I do want to give another shout out to Ray. He gifted a lot of memberships the other time, and I do appreciate that. And then if the people that need to get the gifts, if you continue that membership, I have put out some videos for you. So I've actually put my first membership only video, which then later on I'll repost for everybody else. So it's like I'm almost in the next level. Woo-hoo. Stop and say hi. I have to drive. Well, I appreciate that. All right. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Very important. I think it's very important anyway. Could be. Stomach surgery looming again from the VA. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I am really sorry to hear that. So we'll pray for you. Well, you don't have to do that, but thank you. I do appreciate that. I think it really helped my channel. I do appreciate that. And I'll be seeing you either, not sure when we're hitting Arizona, it's either going to be Thanksgiving or it's going to be Christmas time. I think it's going to be Christmas time. So, woohoo! Got my bacon getting ready. But once I realize that the pan is probably warm enough and it's dry enough, then I'll take it off the heat. The whole idea is you don't want to leave residual water there, because if you do, well, it's gonna rust. And no one wants a rusty frying pan. Today I've got a video out there I think it's going to be kind of humorous, and I'll make it a short, but the neighbor's dog, the beagle that lives down the street, followed me home. Which it'll do anytime it gets loose. And my cat Banks wasn't having it. She was not happy that we had company. So I put it as a little bit longer video, but then I'll do it as a quick short too. But to say that she reacted as I suspected is right on the money. So now that I see that I've got actually steam coming out of there, that tells me I've probably driven all the water out, or most of it. So I'm going to set it down to low heat. And then I carry it outside and let it dry out the rest. And I'm pretty sure the 80-degree weather will do the rest for me. It's another beautiful sunny day. I never get tired of these. Let me put that burner off. And let's get ready to start the bacon here in just a moment. But yeah, I hope that stomach surgery goes well. You know, I just want to be over with and recover. I do understand. You know, keep your health up. I tell you, you never appreciate your health so much when you're not healthy. Like, man, I was feeling so good, and I probably wasn't enjoying myself enough. That's why I really never complain about everything, because I do feel I'm incredibly healthy. Yes, I do a lot of steps to make it happen, but I do understand I am fortunate also. So I know I have some blessings that other people don't have, that have been through what I've been through. So I'm here to try to help people out. Not saying that, you know, a good diet and all that will cure everything, but it's a good path for a healthier life. I've had trolls on other formats try to talk against vitamins and minerals, and I'm like, I'm sorry, you know, this is a subject that there really isn't any conversation saying it's bad. There's nothing bad about it. You want to make sure that you talk to your doctor about any interactions that may come from any medication that you're on. I don't have to worry about that because I'm not on any medications at all. So we're going to start with some water. And with the corn, I don't have to boil it, I can just steam it. All right. So I picked this really young because if I didn't, the raccoons would have it. I just know it. They know when it's ripe. Perfect. So put this on the big burner. I don't have to start it yet. So I'm going to have potatoes, hot dogs, bacon, peppers for my meal, along with some sweet corn. Also, while we're waiting, I'm going to process one of the cucumbers. And then the other ones I'm going to take to work. As much as I like cucumbers, and I do, it's not something you can eat too much of. If you do, it tends to give me a little, how's it going, Will? Hope everything's doing well. So remember my friends at Cutco. Here's a good knife. So I need this one. And then, so I got a friend at Lucky Old Day at Cutco.knives. He is one of my sponsors. And I really do like his knives. So if you get a chance, visit him at Cutco.com, Lucky Old Day at Cutco.com. Mention that I sent you over. I'm sure he'll take care of you. I will probably see him this fall in Utica. Even though he sends me knives from time to time, I'll be buying one from him. And I like him that much. Even though you like to be patient and probably get them, I like to give him business because, well, first of all, cookie knives is something that you have pretty much forever. I mean, probably even hand them down. So the cucumbers, snip off the ends. Everything goes back to the garden. And they come up in slices. All right, you gotta check this out. I think you're gonna enjoy this. Hey, Christopher. So Annie was on a rabbit track, and she'll stay on it all day. He will stay on it all day. That's the pond out there. That's the garden. I work on my shed. That's going to become my forge. But she's going to be on there all day, going at it. So let me get you back up here. Go Bears, yeah. I'm not expecting much from them. I don't really watch it anymore either. NFL kind of ruined things for me. Once they thought that their political beliefs, like I cared. So, a little water, some dillweed, strategically put them in there. Some white vinegar. I suppose you could use apple vinegar too if you wanted to. I don't. Come on. There we go. You're going about a half and half on there. I use filtered water, so I don't have to worry about anything kind of getting a bad mix in there. And then you just put it in the fridge. Easy peasy. Paradise Acres, how we doing? Thanks for joining in. I put them in the fridge. Usually between the wife and I, we'll have it ate by tomorrow. USA Prepping, thanks for joining in. I got your shirt being made, and I'll let you know when it gets sent out. Simple Tony, thanks for joining in. I appreciate it. Thanks for hitting the thumbs up, everybody. I appreciate that also. You'll probably notice some changes happening, and I do this for a reason. I call this my anti-troll. devices. Only because I had a troll that was copying some of my subscribers and posting as them. It was causing problems. But once I started doing this, they can't copy the blue wrench. So that was my solution to it. There we go with the tongs. So I got the sweet corn that I picked from the garden. That's probably about it. Did pick it young. Basically, all I need to do is steam it. And then usually I butter up a bread and salt and just roll it in the bread, and it'll be really good. I got the bacon cooking. And then what I'll probably do is I'll probably add bacon grease to it, which I do keep stored. Then I'll be chopping up potatoes, green peppers, jalapenos, and hot dog. When I make BLTs, I save the bacon grease. While I'm doing that, let's probably a potato be enough. Just so I can save some for tomorrow. And then probably I'll be doing another potato harvest here pretty soon. So coffee first. Thanks for popping in. Appreciate it. Let me catch up with the comments here. Thanks for the thumbs up, everybody. Yeah. I had one for a while. He'd make about 10, 15 different accounts and keep just saying irritating stuff. And we'd block him, then he'd come across to his next account. And when they started getting clever, and he started copying people's accounts. And that's when I said, well, I complained to YouTube about it. And they said, well, there's nothing they can do about it. I said, well, Instagram can. When I block somebody on Instagram, all their accounts are blocked. Only takes one shot. And then you're like, bada boom, bada bing. Robin, thank you. Appreciate it. Coffee first, you would, live chat. I see you retracted 2 messages. Didn't see what they were to begin with. All right. So, appreciate you guys coming in. John I really enjoyed his conversation today. I think towards the end we picked up a lot on nutrition and some of the things that might be coming on. And if you follow my channel, you know I'm a very proponent of proper nutrition, vitamins, minerals. I have a lot of them, and each one's have different things that they do. Turmeric, zinc, D3, and C are your best anti-immunity ones. Help you fight things. John mentioned that he took milk thistle. I do too. It's a detoxer. Detox your liver. Keeps your liver healthy. You can't imagine how important that is. Men and ladies, calcium, very important. Take it in the presence of vitamin D, vitamin K, also vitamin D, iron. The presence of vitamin C absorbs better. Magnesium, involved in over 600 chemical reactions in your body. Without it, you don't do well. Cayenne pepper, good for stomach health. All right. Something I added. I also have minerals I have at work. I keep in my gym bag. Salts are, especially during the summer, very important. So I have a Himalayan salt grinder in my bag at work. So I work at a furnace. It's very hot. And about twice a day at work, I do a little grinding. And that has prevented me from having my cramps at night. And when I forget to do it, I get reminded real quick. It's like, you might want to start doing that again, especially when you get older. It's going to cramp up easier. So you got to make sure you have those electrolytes, those salts. I think it was you, Paradise Acres, that you take that one salt drink before and after every workout. So I did some research on that, and I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. But this is far cheaper. So instead of paying all for those drinks, I just grind a quarter teaspoon, then shoot it down with some water, a new water bottle. Some bought a meat bottle with blue glass. And I said, hey, that looks pretty cool. So I got that big, thick book on nutrition. So the first thing they covered in this book was water. Water, you consist, about 60% of your body is water. Liver cleanse, yep. Trying to make sure I'm catching all this stuff here. So water is 60% of your body weight. It is involved in all parts of cellular health, reproduction, enzyme production, carrying your blood, everything. Without water, you die. They're talking about how you can clean water, have healthy water. So they talked about filtering through carbon, activated carbon, and what that does. And it removes a lot of the chemicals and a lot of the bacteria and viruses, not all of them. They talked about reverse osmosis, which probably is one of the better ways of doing it. Yeah, the LNMT, yep. So I just grind up some salt and drink water. And that's my version of it. Because, I'm Scottish, so I'm going to be kind of cheap. But if you like it, go ahead and keep doing it. I mean, I see what it consisted of, and I said, yep, that's a good idea. So reverse osmosis, probably the best way to do water is through distilling, where you evaporate it and it condenses somewhere else and comes back down. But they did talk about pre-filtering also. Yeah, reverse osmosis. And I don't have one, but I need to get one. I do have a filter, one of those pitcher ones. It does okay. It's, they work good for a couple of fills, and then they're not as efficient. But yeah, I'm going to have to break down and get a reverse osmosis. That'd be the best way of doing it. I do have a Berkeley, still in the box. I don't, it's for emergencies. And I have spare filters. So I have enough for like 18,000 gallons. I also have other filtration systems, and I would probably make some sort of pre-filter system before I even put it in there. I make Soleil with Redmond red salt. There you go. Redmond real salt. Okay. So yeah, I have Mediterranean sea salt. I have regular sea salt. I have Himalayan sea salt. I do have the regular salt. So we're going through about $150 a month in bottled water. So after 6 months, it paid for itself. Well, that's true. That Berkeley does pay for itself. Now we're using the filter. Filter's about, let's just say it's $30, and I get a couple months out of it. So yeah, that works out pretty well. But I may consider just using that filter and then putting it into the Berkeley. So I'll have that. I might just use that as my pre-filter. That might be the better way of doing it. Remember, hit the thumbs up, everybody. Appreciate it. But and in chat, I like you when you ask these things in chat and get this conversation. This is good. But yeah, real good water is important. So maybe I will bring the Berkeley out and use that as my pre-filter, and then pour it into Berkeley, and then I'll probably get more than 6,000 gallons out of it. But you have reverse osmosis, yeah. And I don't mind doing that too. I do have the Berkeley. They got paid $400 for it. And then when they had some filters on sale, I bought the filters when they're on sale, the extra filters. All right, so I got a good amount of bacon grease in there, but I don't think I have enough to really cook everything. So what I do is I just add a spoonful of it in there. Spoonful of bacon grease. Makes the medicine go down. Well, probably not. So I'll let that melt. Be time to add the potatoes. Then I use my secret Scottish sauce spices, which are sea salt and fresh ground pepper. And I'm almost out of that one. I do have this pepper shaker. We bought this when the wife and I were first married. So we've had it for over 30 years. We're up in Galena, Illinois, and there was a shop there. And as soon as you walked in, there was a sign saying, "We expect you to buy something." All right, this is not a place to look, this is a place to buy. So we bought this, and I bought a set of tongs. I still have them both. So it was money well spent. All right. So I got the oil all there. Let's add the taters. So the taters going first because, well, they'll take longer to cook. Let's hit them with some salt and pepper. Like that. Alrighty. And while they're cooking, I'm going to mix it up first. So I stir it to get the bacon grease to cover all the sides of the potatoes. And also get the cube that stuck together to fall apart. Like I said, a good meal takes time. Takes time to cook. So the next thing I'm going to chop up is the hot dog because they'll take the next longest to cook. And 2 hot dogs is plenty. I only try to cook about enough that I can eat in one setting. I'm not a fan of leftovers. I find that a lot of times leftovers don't get ate. So I try to cook just enough that I can eat. Otherwise, what happens is you have a biological experiment all of a sudden in the house. So, got the tater in there. That adds a nice green pepper. So even though I wash them off when I bring them in, I give them another rinse. And they're hiding in there somewhere. So I have a red one. I'm going to save that for my friends at the restaurant. And then 1 jalapeno, just to kick a little spice in there. And surprisingly, the jalapeno has different ingredients in it. It's very heavy in fats and carbohydrates. And the second part of this book, which I'll be starting soon, is on carbohydrates and how the government has kind of moved people away from getting their carbohydrates from fruits and vegetables to things that are high in sugar, which is not good, which leads to diabetes, which leads to being overweight, and other health issues. So the one thing I talked about was the difference between the pure maple syrup I use on my pancakes and Mrs. Butterworth's that the wife uses. My pure maple syrup has pure maple syrup. That's the only ingredient in it. There's nothing else. This, as the Canadians say, the syrup from a telephone pole. Well, let's see what it consists of. All right, so first of all, 110 calories per serving, which might be the same. Look at my pure maple syrup. 110 calories per serving. All right. Ingredients: pure maple syrup. That's all it has. All right. So they got the calories is the same, but what are my ingredients? High fructose corn syrup. Very bad for you. Corn syrup. Still bad for you. Water. Not bad. Cellular gum. Salt. Cane syrup. Not good for you. Caramel color. We don't know where the caramel color is coming from. Sodium hexatiphosphate. Sodium benzoate. Potassium sorbate. Those are preservatives. Citric acid, molasses, lactic acid, mono and diglycerides, which are sugars. What it doesn't have maple syrup in it. Zero maple syrup in this. Everything else is bad. I'm just telling you. Everything else is bad for you. And my wife still does it. I don't win that argument. All righty. The first thing is getting the taters done. Let me catch up on comments. Looks like there's been some conversation going on there. Oh, got 11 thumbs up. Cool. Simple tone in every there. Coffee first. Missed a comment up here. Definitely hit. I do appreciate that. So, this is good food. I mean, last night I cooked up some hamburgers with jalapenos. I had some jalapeno hamburgers. That was the first time we've done that, and I liked them. So I'll probably do that more often. You know, because we have the fresh veggies, I'm trying to utilize them in just about everything I can possibly think of. And because it's healthy for you. Tomatoes, just slice them up, salt and pepper on them, aim them direct. Those are great. Now let's throw the hot dogs in. And the bacon I can put in pieces and put in there, or I can just leave it out there, it doesn't matter. When that's in, we'll cut up the peppers. Now, if the wife was cutting them up, she'd dice these up in nice small pieces. Me, not so much. I tend to have them in thicker pieces because that's the way I like them. So I'll use the whole pepper. Then after chopping up the jalapeno, you need to wash your hands. So if you rub your eyes, I'm telling you from personal experience, it's not a good thing. The jalapeno is as hot as I go. When it has that little thicker wall, it has more of a kick. That's not the thickest wall I've seen, but it's telling me it's gonna put some flavor. And you don't need much. Like I said, one person is fine. When I'm cooking for a couple people, I'll put 2 or 3. And make sure you wash your hands, otherwise life will get interesting quickly. So let's stir up the potatoes and hot dogs. The hot dogs don't take long either because they are pre-cooked. It's the potatoes that take the longest. So now while I got that going, let's get the corn started. And the corn. Oh man, we use roasted. No, there's that bread. About the only time I use a bread spread. I found the easy way to butter the corn is butter the bread really thick, and then roll the corn in it, and hit it with salt. I'll get that ready already. Ready already. Alrighty then. I got the butter ready to roll. Woo-wee! I'm getting ready. Getting hungry. Starting to smell good. What's going on here? Beaver Rains and FJB, you got that right. I do appreciate you all coming over and getting in chat. Hope this does inspire you to try cooking a little bit fresher stuff. Yeah, I know it's hot dogs. There's worse stuff out there. I mean, the worst food you can get is coming out of, McDonald's, Burger King, and stuff like that. It's just, there's nothing good about that food. So, let's put the peppers in. And it's really important to stir the peppers up a lot. Otherwise, you'll have those jalapenos all in the same area. And that will make for an interesting bite. All I'm doing with peppers is just kind of getting them a little quick heat on them to release some of their nutrients into the whole area. I only cook them a few minutes. I'll get my plate out. And while we're waiting for that, I'll get my Fairlife milk. Which has half the sugar and about 50% more protein than regular milk. That's why I buy it. People don't understand this, but protein is the way to health. The problem with vegetarians is it's very difficult for them to get all the protein that they do need, and you do need it. Whether you want it or not, your body needs it. You're just not getting a lot of protein from vegetables, and it's hard to eat enough vegetables to do that. And if you do eat too many vegetables, there's a side effect there too. And I think y'all can probably figure out what it is. So I got that getting ready to steam up. Got that about ready to serve. Things are starting to look delicious. Got 11 thumbs up. Is better than I usually do, so I appreciate that. Anybody new that joined in, pop in the chat and say hello. Also hit the thumbs up. Alrighty. Boy, I can feel the heat on those jalapenos. It kind of rises up there and says, hello. That's looking good. So let that cool down a little bit. Got my milk. I got my corn getting ready. So all I'm trying to do is just kind of cook the corn a little bit and soften it. It's 3 small ears. Now, a funny thing is on vitamin K, they say if you eat a lot of sweet corn, then you require more vitamin K. Don't know why, but that's what the study said. Now, somebody thought of that. I don't know how either. But if you are on blood thinner medication, you need to talk to your doctor before you take vitamin K. Okay, because it's kind of a thinner itself. So anytime that you're trying something new, make sure there's no interaction on medicine if you're on it. If you're not on medicine, then you're pretty good, but some vitamins will react with each other. You don't want to take a lot of B3 with zinc. It tends to have a side effect. I learned that by experience. So I got the food all ready to roll. Got any more questions in chat? Pop them in now. Be a good time. All right, once I start eating, that's good. Corn probably just about ready. Yeah, I tell you, when you eat good food like this, you feel better. When you go to McDonald's or Burger King or Tacos Bell or whatever, you eat that food, you don't feel good afterwards. You know, yes, did you sit there and get some food in you? You did. Was it good food? No, it wasn't. So, coffee first. Thank you. You have a great day too. Thank you everybody for participating. Thank you for the thumbs up. Remember, I do have some membership videos I'm going to have popping out showing you the benefits of being a member, which I would appreciate. And then I will see most of you again on some of the local channels we always watch. So, rest, nutrition, proper exercise, go outside, have fun, enjoy yourself, Beaverines, FJB. Have a wonderful day.